Number 23, Carolina Rodriguez Sanchez. Number 31, Carla Dorta Perez. Number 33 is Mariah Castillo. And number 35, Ava Zaragoza. Steve Garber is the head coach for the Tigers. Here's the starting line for your Iowa Central Tritons. 5'9" freshman from Muskoka and number 12, Autumn Dykstra. A 5'8" sophomore from Minnesota, South Dakota. Number 20, Jordan Enbrack. A 6'2" freshman from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Number 22 is Nevaeh Galloway. A 5'10" freshman from Woodbury, Minnesota. Number 24, Carly West. And a 6'1" sophomore from Shakopee, Minnesota. Number 24, Isabella West. Trained led by Brian Whitmire, assisted by Sabah Dickerson. We'd like you now to all turn your attention to the video board for a message from the Iowa Community College Athletic Conference.
The Iowa Community College Athletic Conference and member institutions are committed to providing culture and an environment of inclusivity and sportsmanship.
In addition to the ideals of good sportsmanship, safety, and fair play, the Iowa Community College Athletic Conference strongly condemns any actions or comments of racism and discrimination towards any color, creed, or sexual orientation.
Any negative comments, profanity, racist, sexist, or other abusive comments or actions directed at officials, student-athletes, coaches, or other staff members will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal.
The ICCAC welcomes any and all people. Please take a moment to understand and commit that each of us should be treated equally regardless of our difference. Thank you.
Now, Director of Athletic Band Jeremy Smith will lead the Triton Pep Band in the playing of our national anthem.
Alrighty, we are joined here. Thank you for listening in to Triton Nation for your broadcast of the women's basketball game against the Iowa Central Gals going up against the Marshalltown Community College girls themselves. I am joined with Blake in the broadcast right now. You're listening to Hank. How you doing, Blake?
Hey, we're doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm super excited for this matchup. These are two teams that started off in a little bit of a trot, trying to elevate their game so far up in this matchup. You know, very, very cool to start the matchup. Right now, the record for Marshalltown is 1-6, and the girls for us is 3-4. Let's see if Iowa Central can get back to that even record. So 4-4.
Absolutely.
All right, right now we're looking off. We got some 3 perimeter shooters and 2 down the stretch, and the first one is a miss. as that will be the first score of the night. That'll be number 23 for the Marshalltown girls. That's Carolina Rodriguez-Sanchez. And now we got Jordan Engbrett on the side driving, and an air ball goes for the Iowa Central girls. So starting off a little cold right now. 0 for 2 on them field goals. What's your take, Blake?
Yeah, we'll see if I got the Marshalltown, and we're going to see if they can feed it down to the center post. They got Zaragoza leading the team with 12.3 points per game, but it looks like they're taking a little outside approach. They're trying to shoot it and spread the defense out a little bit.
Yeah, Zaragoza is a phenomenal player. She plays down in the power forward center type position, and you know what? She's just outside the top 5 in conference play, but she's having a really good season in points per game and rebounds per game.
Absolutely. She's got a big frame, and she can body herself up in the paint, throw a little shoulders, throw a couple elbows around there, score an easy basket.
Absolutely. Okay, now we got Jordan. She'll end on the ball. She'll look for Autumn. Autumn out on the corner. Now that's just great ball movement. Led to the shooting foul. Jordan will go to the line. Started with Autumn. Pass it straight to Miss Galloway herself, who found the wide open assist down to Jordan. Let's see if we can get our first points of the game.
So what do they got offensively looking for the Tritons today?
Well, offensively, the leading scorer is Isabel West. She's an absolute stud. She's been in the top 5 in the conference all year so far. Not only that, but Nevia Galloway is also very, very good. And we got some assist playmakers in Nevia Moschetter as well, playing the point guard position, and Autumn Dykstra. She's a spot-up shooter as well. Notable out today is Taylor McKinney, who's usually in the guard mix. She, handles the ball very, very well. So that's going to be a struggle for the girls tonight, as she is someone that really makes the players play tighter and can lead to the opening of the lanes down low. There's I West passing out to Carly West. West-to-west connection. Seems to fail, not right now. We are starting off a bit slow right now. The girls are just 1-4 for shooting at 25%, which coming in this game, they did have a higher field goal percentage than Marshalltown. Marshalltown was sitting at about 33%, and that is a mid-range game for Zaragoza. And Autumn Dykstra with the first 3 of the night. What a shot. Ties it back up 4-4. I mean, that was actually even a fast break type. I mean, it was an inbound and straight pass to Autumn. Left them hanging wide open. So Autumn then goes for the little tip out of bounds.
Good defensive play, but on the last possession for Marshalltown, it looks like Zaragoza can also play the center position down low, and she can shoot from outside, too. So it'll be interesting to see what the Tritons can do defensively. It looks like they're playing man-to-man right now.
Here comes Carla with the drive, throws it up, and it is good. Layup. Now defensively, the Iowa Central Tritons lead the conference in blocks per game, and they also make their opponents give up the most amount of turnovers per game, as Isabel West will shoot that from 3. Carly saves it, pass out to Nevia. Nevia, mid-range. No good so far. Not looking too hot so far with shooting. We haven't really tried a layup so far. That is number 23. That'll be Carolina Rodriguez-Sanchez for that easy wide-open layup on fast break. And a travel's called. Wow, Tritons look like they do not have communication whatsoever. That's kind of their route to failure right now when it comes to their opponents' fast break points.
I think the way they're going to need to control this, they're going to need to slow down when they get the offensive pace. They're going to need to slow it down, and they're going to have to work it down to either Isabella or Nevea Galloway.
Absolutely. That last shot was from Heaney Blakey. Carly West pushes up the court, finds Isabel. Isabel finds Jordan in the corner. Jordan, here's some good ball movement. Nice, with an assist. Courtesy of Nevia Galloway, finds Isabel West. Good ball movement so far in the game. It's just that they've been having a lot of spot-up shooting that they haven't been able to get to go. But that was also your first assist of the night.
Shot missed by number 33, Castillo.
Carly with the drive, but a steal is good for Heaney Blakey. Blakey drives and decides not to try to go for transition, so she stops and finds their leading scorer. There's Zaragoza. Well, Marshalltown isn't a team that necessarily scores a lot and puts a lot up in the stat sheet. So coming into this game, a team that does would be the Iowa Central girls, so I would have expected them to be out hot and running, but nothing so far. There's Jordan Engbrett, gets fouled from 3, and it goes. So she will go to the line. 4-point play opportunity. How many of those do you get to see in a season, Blake?
Not a lot, especially in a girls game too. That's you gotta have courage to shoot that from the 3 and still get fouled and make that.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jordan Engbrett and Autumn Dykstra will get a fill-in for McKinney and get more playing time. They're someone that have switched in and out of starting rotations, except they share the same amount of really workload for our guards. So hopefully they will make the best of it. So far, Autumn and Jordan got a pair of their own 3s, and the free throw fails to fall. So Marshalltown will come right back. Zaragoza passes it down to Jeanette Nabratu as she drives, and is a block from Isabel West. So here the girls come up in transition. Passing out to Autumn. Autumn with a pump fake and a drive. Gets around. That was super close. And well, Marshalltown didn't retain possession right when they got the defensive rebound. So it was about a steal for our girls. That would have been crucial.
Yeah, but I don't know if you remember a couple possessions ago, it was a good pass from Nevea to Isabel, so maybe working down low, they might need to work that in a little bit as well.
Goodness, Zaragoza scores again from mid-range. That is her 6th point so far in this matchup. Comes Carly. Nevea Galloway gets on board with her first layup of the night. I'll tell you what, it seems to be looking well when Carly West is at the top of the key. She's really finding the lanes of the wide openness. Nice.
She's finding the open spots and the open people. I think the Marshalltown's playing a little bit of zone defense, and they're moving. It's like a 1-3-1 zone. So being able to find those open people that aren't in the zone is really what they're going to need to do as well.
And there's a steal from Jordan Engbrett, and here comes the gals pushing the court. Finds Isabel in the corner. Isabel calling a play, finds Galloway, and it is easy. That is their 3rd assist from both Isabel West and Nevea Galloway.
That's the big duo on the court right now.
Absolutely. As the Tritons also get their first lead of the night, regardless, it is just 13-12 so far, but that is a momentum shifter, if you say so myself.
And then it looks like it's going to be a timeout by Marshalltown. They're going to talk about how they can stop Nevea and Isabel West.
Yeah, absolutely. So far, between the two of them, I got Nevea with 4 points, Isabel with 6, and all of their points scored from each other came from the assists. They haven't scored themselves yet. That's pretty interesting.
And as much as assists, it looks like for Marshalltown, it's just feeding to Zaragoza, and she hasn't really scored in the paint too much. It's been more of her spot-up shooting outside of the paint. And then it would be Carolina Rodriguez-Sanchez scoring from the easy pass going into the paint. So.
Yeah, a lot. So, yeah, they did start off the game with the fast break going in. That's something that neither of these teams really do. They don't really do a lot of the full-court press, unlike, there's other teams like Iowa Western that play it all game long. So it's really interesting to see all these different schemes that teams have in the conference. I really like how diverse it is in terms of what the playbook is.
Speaking of that, it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams differ playing defense. Because I noticed that the Tritons are going to be playing a little bit more man defense, and then Marshalltown's going to be playing a little bit more of zone defense.
Yeah, for sure.
So zone is where you're going to find those open people on the wings, and then man is where you're going to find the matchup where somebody's going to cross somebody up or is going to get around somebody. So.
Yeah. I will say that Iowa Central does have the advantage. They have about 4 more playable players compared to just Marshalltown's 8. And we got a sub, Navia Molshetter, subbed in for Autumn. No, excuse me, for Jordan. Autumn with the ball, pass it down to Galloway. Galloway finds Navia top the key, finds Carly West. They're sharing the walk well. But there's not a lot of touching going on in the inside. Here comes a floater. And Galloway rolls right off to the left.
Looks like Zaragoza is taking a little break, and it's going to be Charisma Wright coming in for her.
So now, right now, we're working on the outside for Marshalltown. Marshalltown look to drive, ease a layup. That's 23 second layup.
Rodriguez Sanchez, her 6th point of the night.
Alrighty, so the Iowa Central offense does a lot of these passing on the outside until they they play with you. They tease it to go in the inside, and then they finally do, and then that's when they usually capitalize. But so far, not a lot of inside scoring.
They're gonna find either Galloway or Isabel West coming off their pick.
Yeah. Floater alert for Carla Dorta Perez. She gets to go inside the 5.
2nd basket of the night for Dorta Perez.
Carly West and Navia are sharing the rock together. Finds Autumn. Well, they're going to be sagging on Carly, so she attempts the 3, and it is no good. That's okay. You know, you gotta do a little check. See if your shot's going good for you tonight, and nothing wrong with that. And there's a deep 3-pointer from Nerea Castillo.
As I would always say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So my theory is always just to take that shot whether you're open. So
absolutely. Score update: we've got 13-19. The Bears are leading over the Tritons so far, and we got a minute and 30 seconds left in the first period to play. We will have 20 minutes each in 2 halves, and also, this is the first game back where it is home and we get somewhat of a home attendance, so that's pretty fun.
As I look down, I mean, there's a good crowd coming here.
Yeah,
I'd say maybe around 30, 40 people, so it ain't too bad.
Yeah, and the band's decked out in their Hawaiian uniforms for tonight, along with the cheerleaders.
I mean, here in Fort Dodge, they can start dressing up in their Hawaiian stuff. It's starting to get a little bit warmer. Coming from that negative 20, negative 10 degrees, and now it's supposed to be touching 40s all next week.
Well, if you're wearing Hawaiian clothes and about negative 10-degree weather, you're probably from Iowa or the Midwest in general.
Yeah. But this is our way to say, hey, it's getting warmer. We're celebrating now. So it looks like Nevaeh and Isabel are going to stay out there.
And Sharon Titus is subbed in for the first time in the game. Titus is a really, really good rotational player. She gets quite a bit of points when it comes to off-the-bench play. So let's see what she can do out here. Start with Isabel West, calls a little play. Tells Titus to fade. Nothing so far. A little bit of confusion so far between the girls as their first pass goes inside. And Galloway throws it up over her head, but nothing to go. Here comes number 4. That'll be Jeanette Mebratu. She goes for the layup, and it's no good. Isabel West with her 3rd rebound of the night.
Autumn's driving up, pass back. Just missed off the front of the rim.
All right, here comes Autumn with the drive and a block.
Looks like a blocking foul on Marshalltown.
Alrighty, that'll be the Tritons in the bonus, I believe. That's what allowed them to get to the line. So here comes Autumn Dykstra's first free throw attempt. Rattles around and falls in.
Got to put up the hands, wave the fingers.
And the second swishes.
I always love the little band when they hit the free throw. They do like the dome, and then they cheer a little bit.
Yeah. All right, we got 15-19, 40 seconds left in the first period.
Good defense by Johnson.
That was number 33, Maria Castillo down there. She threw up the first layup, and it was no good. And then the second one right under her. She got her own offensive rebound and put it right back up as it was not contested. 18 seconds left to go in the first period. Here goes Titus for 3. First shot attempt of the night, and it's deep. All right, we've got 7 seconds, 6, 5. Let's see what the Bears can do in transition. Crosses up Navia. She throws 33 for 3. And her second attempt from 3 is no good. But Sharon Titus, what did I say? She's got the 3-point arc and let it fly right away. So at the end of the first period, it's 18-21. The Bears are leading. What's your takeaway so far after 1?
I mean, they're doing a pretty good job offensively. I know they're coming off a shaky game from Iowa Western, where I think they only put up 30 points the whole game. So from scoring 21 in the first quarter, I mean, they're doing a lot better than they did the first game. So let's see if they can have another repeat of their second to last game before from Iowa Western when they were playing the some team. They were scoring 80 points. So let's see if they can have another day like that today. And I think that's what they're looking for. They're looking to bounce back. They haven't. Marshalltown's 1-6, so they haven't won since their first game they played in Southwestern. So they're looking to hop back on that track and start winning some games again.
Absolutely. And we got something straight from Iowa Central's website. We got a little bit of a basketball player Triton spotlight for Jessica Jackson. When asked why Iowa Central, she said that she instantly loved the basketball program. Hopefully we'll be seeing her a little bit tonight in the rotation, along with the future plans. Attend Grandview and earn my degree in business and marketing. That's always good to get your degree done while in college. Don't you believe that too, Blake?
Yeah, no, for sure.
And she's also a fan of the Hawkeyes and the Miami Heat.
It's
interesting.
A little interesting team. I hope it's supposed to be because of the jerseys. I think the Heat have one of the coolest jersey designs.
Yeah, and nice weather in Florida. That's something we don't get up here, but
hey, I'll always tell you, once I'm done with this Iowa, I'm getting the heck out of here. Warmer weather for me.
Yeah.
Looks like Zaragoza is going to hop back in for the Marshalltown. A little bit of a taller group for Marshalltown coming up. We got Zaragoza and Charisma Wright.
And a first pass from Jeanette goes straight to Navia Moschetter. She will drive for the steal, and she will not get it to go. Here comes the push. And a steal, back-to-back steals for Navia Moschetter. And she's got a wide-open layup, and it's good this time. That's just being aware. I mean,
being heads up, playing good defense,
yeah,
in the lane.
And that is something that you can't really teach. You just got to have that within yourself. So, good stuff, Navia. There's a shot from 3, no good. That came from the hands of Carolina Rodriguez-Sanchez, and the Iowa Central Gals will push it up the court. Find Titus for her second 3 of the night. No good. Although it was a good look from Navia.
Good wide open shot. It's kind of like you have to take that.
And that was Charisma Wright that tried finding the pass on the interior. She just checked in the game, and it was a steal so far. And what I was talking about, the Iowa Central defense is too good. They got 3 steals so far in this period.
Yeah, I mean, they're keeping their heads up. They're starting to kind of figure out. They know where they're going to pass it, the open man, so they get a hand in the way and take that ball, throw it up for the fast court break, and then they do what they do there.
Yeah. Compared to the 1 steal we had in the first period, we got 4 total right now. How many do you think we'll end with? And there's a block from your conference leader in blocks, who averaged near 5 a game, Via Galloway. Oh.
Well, I can't tell you how many steals they'll end up with if they keep finding the open person getting blocked like that. Nevaeh that was a palm ball right there, and it went out of bounds.
Yeah, the Bears didn't have a lot of looks from. Oh, and there's a 3-pointer. That'll be from Maria Castillo.
That'll actually be from Dorta Perez.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Number 31. That's okay.
My apologies, Dorta. Here's Jordan from the corner. Jordan will shoot a mid-range game and get it to go.
Good spot-up shot.
Oh, yeah. She's got like a laser coming from her shot. Not a lot of angle to it. Here's Jeanette. As they look for the corner, another three, and it goes for a straight rebound to Jordan. That's Jordan's second rebound of the night, both defensive. And the timeout is...
It's going to be a travel call.
Oh, travel called.
Harley West re-entering for the Tritons.
Comes sub.
Be a travel called on Titus.
Along with Isabel West.
There's going to be a little bit of sub in, too.
The West gals are subbed in.
Dorda Perez taking it up.
And a third steal from Marshalltown. No good.
It was a steal, but then she gave it right back up. And there is Zaragoza inside for the two.
Carla West, top the key, find Navia. Navia looks to work. Not moving their feet a lot. Ball's not touched the ground. Titus will try from three. No good, but Navia gets straight in there for the offensive rebound and bucket.
Rebound bucket by Navia Meister.
Going to be a reach-in foul on number 2.
Ball's called on Navia Meister.
The Bears are talking. I believe that was Zaragoza trying to tell Jeanette to get her head in the game. She kind of caused the last 2 turnovers. She'll be subbed out.
Hey, and that's what a good teammate. That's what a good teammate has to do, is have to tell your players, hey, you know what you got to do. You know, just sharpen up a little bit.
Yeah, you got to look out for your friends, your teammates. I mean, you'd tell me if I had like a booger in my nose. I was trying to impress a lady, right, Blake?
Yeah, I would let you know.
Thank you.
Zaragoza just misses a shot off the front of the rim.
As the
ball
Bears?
is going to be back in the Bears' possession.
You're correct.
So I'm not sure if the Bears are going to want to change up their offensive their mindset, because the Tritons are getting in the way of the passing lane. I think that's the 4th steal this quarter already.
Yeah.
Plus a block too.
Carla passes it in, and it'll find its way around to Naria. And then we'll see Isabel Duncan, who just got in. She threw that up. And an offensive rebound so far. And that will be a little Euro step and find her way in the bucket.
Dorda Perez. Rebound on the score.
And Navia Meister comes in with a floater before the words can even fly out of my mouth. She's cucking up this quarter. And Duncan will find her way to Zaragoza. Zaragoza finds her way back to the ball itself, but then a charge is called. Autumn Dykstra gets to go. We don't get a lot of charge calls going for us, but usually against us, actually.
No, but again, it takes a lot of courage to draw that charging foul. You got to stand there and stand still and get hit. It's never fun, but it's a good feeling when you get the call coming your way.
Yeah, especially from an Autumn Dykstra who's just 5'9", coming against Zaragoza, who's 6'1". That is that's a height difference. That you can definitely say it is.
So we're going to get a rebound by number 23 from Marshalltown. It's going to bring up the court.
Pushes it over, and then a rebound for Autumn. Autumn's getting her hands dirty so far, these back-to-back possessions. She's wanting the work.
Yeah, she's wanting her hands. She's wanting the ball, so she's going to try to have her input and pass it around to her teammates. She's actually hit a couple points in the early of the game so far, too.
Yeah, she's got a three-pointer so far. And here's Carly West for 3. That drops. Yes.
Hot shooting by the Tritons as of late now.
Absolutely, and the Tritons get the lead back, 29-28. Now, we haven't been able to have a 1-point advantage over the Bears so far, and it goes straight away from it. That would be Duncan
with her first basket.
From Garwin, Iowa. One of only 2 people on the Bears to be from Iowa, from the States even.
I think that's a pretty funny fact. So there's only 2 people from Iowa, and the rest, I have a little list, and the rest are from Canada, New Zealand, and a lot from Spain, too.
Carly West is heating up. It's a deep mid-range game. Here's Naria. Finds a way down to Zaragoza, their playmaker. Little, she backed up. She backed up on Isabel West. I think she was intimidated, so she had to throw it out into a missed three. Here's Sharon Titus, gets caught up, but turns around, spin jumper, no good.
Just off the back of the rim. We're going to have Dorta Perez taking up the ball. She looks to be the point guard coming up in this quarter.
Comes down 23. What can you tell me about 23?
23, it's her. It's 23 is Rodriguez Sanchez, and it's her and Zaragoza are leading the way for the Bears right now.
Navia pulls up from about the free throw line, but is no good. Isabel West gets straight in the hands and face of Zaragoza. That's the matchup of the night for sure. Zaragoza between Isabel West, two of the top scorers in the conference going against each other. One's outside the top 5, but our Isabel West, who just got the block against Zaragoza. Speaking about the matchup.
Feeding it back down to Zaragoza.
And about gets a second one, but it rolls actually with a hand in her face.
It'll be Zaragoza's 10th point of the night. She's averaging 12.3 points a game, and she's on her 10th right now, and she's got a lot of game left to play.
Titus got away stuck in the corner, but found herself open again. She had to push the ball out back to the center, and then she said, no, give it back. I got her on the fake and then got it back, but no good so far.
Isabel West almost put a shot down after that offensive rebound, but couldn't.
Now we got Zaragoza at the top of the key. That's something new. And it doesn't work out as the ball seems a little flat when it was shot, huh?
Yeah, it took one bounce and didn't bounce too far at the next bounce.
Clunk. Now we got West, top of the key. She'll find Autumn Dykstra for 3. Yes.
You called it, too.
Mama gets it in and gets it good. Autumn's 8th point of the night.
We got Castillo with a good open look, but just missed by a little bit.
His top is
Nevaeh.
Thank you.
Nevaeh with the fast break points, and then it forces Marshalltown to call the timeout and try to regain their players and see what they can do in defense to stop them.
Absolutely. Now this band gets me hyped up. I'm excited, and we're not even halfway through the game yet.
See, it sucks because we don't get to hear half the band sometimes because the band hasn't came out to most of the sporting events in the fall, but now in winter, and I can come back and I can hear the band for the first couple times, and I'm getting hyped,
Sure. So right now, a little score update. Got 36-34. Tritons are on top. First score update where I got to say that our team was leading. With 2 minutes and 33 seconds left in the first half of play.
We'll see if they can keep the pace, get a little bit of an advantage, get some insurance points against the Marshalltown Bears leading into half.
Oh, sure.
You want to have the momentum, you want to have the lead going into half. And then you can run whatever you want, try to keep adding on those points. We've seen almost about every Marshalltown player in the game so far. Just a couple without a couple points, but that's all right. They're still getting the looks. Everybody touched the ball at least once. So
that is something that the Marshalltown has struggled with. I mean, they only got 8 players that suit up, and you gotta sub your players out, let them rest, because you can't be have them be so tired by the end of the fourth quarter, and that's where it falls down to.
So see what they can do. Dorta Perez bringing it up for the Bears.
Yeah, speaking of, this game's been so close, it looks like this game will come down in the fourth quarter. Pass out to Jeanette. Jeanette found her way back in the game and missed communication again. She's off to a rocky start. I feel bad that that happens. Maybe she just got to get back in her groove, and then she can start kicking again with the team.
Bring it up as a good teammate for Zaragoza, just talking to her, telling her she's okay, and she just make that pass again.
Jordan Angbrick came in to dribble up the court. There's Isabel West with the ball, finds Galloway. Galloway hands it back up to her girl, her friend, her teammate for a deep 2, I believe, and it is no good. Here comes Jeanette. She'll pass it out to Dorta Perez.
Still got Zaragoza at the top of the key looking for a pick and roll. Almost had it, but lost, just mishandled the ball as Zaragoza did, and it's going back to Triton's way.
Carly West for the easy two. Found herself open on that layup. Dorta Perez finds a way to Zaragoza.
Trying to set the pick, feeding it down low to Zaragoza.
Nothing so far. Jeanette, the high arcing shot, no good, but the offensive rebound will go for him from Naria Castillo. Finds a way back down to Zaragoza in the corner, so she's got to pass away because Galloway's just got too much length. It's intimidation when going against exactly what I was talking about, too much length. That is her second block of the night for Galloway. And the shot clock expires, so it'll go straight back to the Tritons.
That's super good defense by the Tritons, wasting the time on the clock for the Bears to score.
Absolutely. I mean, the shot clock does not reset after the ball is blocked, so.
Yeah, it just kept ticking, and they couldn't find an open shot.
Isabel West drives, finds it to Autumn, kicks it out, touches everyone's hand so far.
Good
Carly
ball
West
movement.
Down. Lots of ball movement. And the shot, it was a little contested, so it doesn't fall. 22 seconds left in the first half to go.
I do like that shot from Galloway, though. She's really good on her turnaround, just spot up right from the post.
Sure.
Just that one just didn't fall for her this time.
All right, we've got 11 seconds. Dorta Perez with a little ISO crossover, nothing going for her, so she'll kick it out to Castillo for the layup, the floater, and it's no good, but a shooting foul is called.
Should be on the shot, so she'll probably take two here. Yep. So with 2.7 seconds left, it's going to be Castillo taking a couple shots, free throw shots. Band's got a little chant for her. Doesn't phase her, though. We want pizza, the band chants. She sings her second one.
38-36, Tritons with just 3 seconds to go. Jordan Angbrett looks and throws up the half-court heave. Oh! Wow, imagine she got that to fall at the nick of time.
Just maybe another foot to the right and she would have had it, too.
Jeez, I got goosebumps. It landed just left of the backboard, and the girls will go into halftime, leading 38-36 for your Iowa Central Tritons. They're looking good so far. What are your key takeaways for each team?
I think offensively, the Bears are just going to have to find a way to get more people open. It seems like the pick and roll isn't working too well. I think the Tritons have good defense right now. So in the locker room, I think the Bears are just going to have to figure out more offensive ways to get the ball down low or find some spot-up shots. And I think the Tritons just need to keep the pace and keep the attack going on the Bears.
I completely agree. In that first quarter, when we saw what the Bears were doing so well, because they had the largest lead of the game, when they got to that point, they were getting a lot of points from their fast break from that defense. And I think, the Tritons just figured out, this is what they're doing. They're not applying a lot of pressure just in that zone, and they're figuring it out. They're spotting up. They're shooting really well. Both teams are shooting pretty well from beyond the arc. So, yeah, I completely agree with you. Let's see who will come back out on top in the second half to go.
So I think we have, 14 minutes and 20 seconds left until action resumes. So
we will catch you back then.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Hank, so we got about 2 minutes left before we get started the third quarter underway. What do you think they were talking about in the locker rooms?
I believe it just came down to the defense again, you know, just like I said right before the break. A lot of their best play came from their fast-paced offense or singling it out to get to Zaragoza when talking about the Bears. What about the Tritons?
So in the locker room, I think the Tritons are needed to just keep the pressure going. They had really good defense. They had a lot of turnovers they were creating. So just keeping that pressure on the Marshalltown Bears, keeping them trying to pass it out and trying to find more open spots and then trying to take those turnovers as they come. For offense-wise, I don't really know what they're talking about. Just keep trying to find open shots. They had a couple here and there, and then most of their points came off the fast break. So just keep creating those turnovers and then keep scoring is what I would assume. But running the plays, setting the picks, and trying to find the open person for the Tritons.
Yeah, how many turnovers against the Bears do you plan on the Tritons pushing for?
For the next couple of quarters, I mean, just coming up what they did the second quarter, if they could keep doing that and repeating that same kind of energy. I think they had like 5 turnovers in the second quarter. I mean, so just keeping that pressure on and keeping attacking them and their offense, as long as they're forcing the turnovers, I think they should be fine.
And I will say, so far, my player of the match is Nevaeh Muschetter. What about you?
So I think Zaragoza is probably going to be the player so far. She's got 10 points, a couple of rebounds here and there. So I think that matchup between Zaragoza and Galloway is going to be huge.
Oh, yeah. Super fun to watch.
It's already been fun with Galloway with a couple of blocks and Zaragoza, and they're both I think they're almost the same height. So just that big matchup down low, I think, is going to be the key matchup for this next half.
All righty, and we're just getting ready to tick away where the Iowa Central girls will start with the ball. Before we start, I'd just like to thank everyone tuning in to the broadcast so far from different states. We got a bunch of places on the Bears team, of course, from Spain. We got Canada, New Zealand, and then we got a bunch of other states like Arizona, Minnesota, Iowa, of course, and a whole bunch of others. So thank you for tuning in to the Iowa Central broadcast of the girls' game. So to start off, we got Isabel West down low, finds Carly West, west-to-west connection, no good. And the offensive rebound about goes the girls' way. And here's the push from number 12, finds 23. Wow, good ball movement. Carolina Rodriguez-Sanchez has a lot of layups so far. How many points so far?
She's got 10 points. She's matched with Zaragoza right now for points. They're both got 10 together, so they both have 10, a piece, so it'll be 20 points together with those two. That's a big offensive contribution right there.
Oh yeah, of course. That's more than 50% now between the both of them for their team totals. As Nevaeh turns the ball over. And this was kind of expected. I wouldn't be surprised if the Tritons started a bit slower because that's how they usually do in the first and second quarter. That's what had happened. And then they picked it right up with their own turnovers going for them.
Yeah.
Here comes the ball. That's 31. That's Dorta Perez. Pass down to Zaragoza with a cross body pass. Finds it to down low. And the ball throws up, and it is not touching the rim. It's on Dykstra with the rebound. And a steal right away.
Dorta Perez with the steal. It's going to drive.
Oh, and another layup.
Sneaky pass.
Oh, yeah. She faked it on the Euro, and then she got it back around.
So it seems like the Marshalltown's spreading the ball out a little bit more, and they're spreading the Tritons' defense out, so they're not all bunched up, and that's where the turnovers happen.
Here's Nevaeh, top the key, gets a little pick for herself. Galloway from that mid-range, no good so far. Nevaeh, who's second in the points on teams, just has 4 points tonight. I'd like to see her pick it up. That is another steal for Nevaeh Muschetter. And she will get the goal-to-go bucket. That is 4 steals for Nevaeh.
I think that's 4 baskets and 4 steals off of the turnovers, just for her alone.
Off the turnovers, yes.
Saves it from the backcourt.
That's Heaney Blakey, who gets stuck at the top of the key, so she goes low to Zaragoza. No good. West helped Isabel that time instead of Isabel on Zaragoza, but Isabel got the rebound. Here's Navia for 3, no good, but an offensive rebound. Back-to-back rebounds for Isabel West. That is Carly West.
Spot-up shot. We got Dorda Perez taking it back down for the Marshalltown Bears. So they're spreading out the defense a little bit, making the pass lanes a little bit more open. Well, speaking of that, pass lane closed pretty quick.
Navia on the drive, and one opportunity goes for her.
You know, just as I'd say that, there she comes in for her 5th steal and her 5th basket.
I mean, how many steals is she going to end up with at the end of this game? Oh, my goodness. That is 5 steals and, well, 10 points, 5 field goals off of turnovers. And now another opportunity to get in.
I don't quite remember who you said your player of the game was going to be so far, but I think it might be.
I did call Navia.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there's the 5 steals right there. She's playing a really good defense, so she's turning them all into points, so that's huge help for the Tritons.
Yeah, and she's coming off the bench as well. She didn't even start in the rotation. That's something that a lot of these guards do. We usually stick with Galloway and Isabel West down low. You know, the length is just too good.
Yeah.
So then we have this rotation, usually with McKinney, but she's out tonight. With McKinney, with Autumn Dykstra, Jordan Engbret, with Navia Meschetter, and Sharon Titus as well. I mean, we are looking really good when it comes to the guard play tonight.
I think for the Marshalltown Bears, I mean, they're giving it down to Zaragoza and below, but, I mean, Isabel West and Galloway has good defense on her right now. So it's going to be up to Dorda Perez and Rodriguez Sanchez to try and get those points. And also for the second on the team, Penny Blakey hasn't gotten any points yet, and she usually averages about 10.5 points a game. So let's see if she can get something started here in the second half.
Yeah, what is that about? Her starting off slow, not being able to score yet.
I mean, I just don't think she's got the ball too much and then had an open shot for her. So we'll see if she can create some in this next half.
Gotcha. Get those hands up. The attempt is good. That is 13 for Navia for tonight. Along with them 5 steals. Here's a pass and a block from Carly West. Wow. She'll go the way, and she'll find Galloway, no good, but an offensive rebound for Isabel West as she gets the ball stolen from her.
Castillo with the steal.
Zaragoza down here. Galloway with another block. Oh, my goodness. What did you call for the turnovers this quarter?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't call. I think I said another 5, but it could be more than that.
Now Carly West will get called, and she'll get to the line.
But I think Zaragoza is going to have to start doing is once she gets the ball, she's going to have to pun fake it so that she can draw the defense jumping.
Yeah. So far on the night, when it comes to defense, I have 5 blocks for the Tritons, 3 of them from Navia Galloway. And then I also have 6 steals, 5 of them coming from Navia Meschetter.
Yeah, so that the blocks and steals are really what creates the points for the Tritons.
The Tritons got their biggest lead of the night, 47-40. That ties with the biggest lead of the night, where the Bears had 7 to start up the matchup as well.
So let's see if the Bears can try to get back on a good start. I think they started off with a basket in the half, and they haven't seen anything since.
Right there, that's Heaney. Heaney will go low to Charisma right, and a foul's called. Did you catch the foul?
No, I think it was a traveling call.
Travel?
Yeah, and the Tritons are getting the ball back.
Alrighty. And that is the second or third time, the first time this half, I believe, in the second half of play. I think it's the second or third time total where they've got the travel call against them.
It's pretty tricky at the travel call because usually the travel is when you take 2 steps and without dribbling the ball. But it can also be the first 2 steps that you get the ball passed to. So it's really tricky to try to not travel.
Carly came to this second half fire hot. She gets another layup. And Jordan goes for a steal.
And then the missed steal attempt leads to the wide open shot for number 23, Rodriguez Sanchez. That'll be her 14th point of the night. She's leading Marshalltown right now.
Carly will let Isabel West work, let her drive down, play physical. Charge call. You know, it could have looked like an and one even if it was just a second earlier, I think.
Good. I think it was a good set for the charge by, I think, number 23 again, Rodriguez Sanchez.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? They might have them acting classes over at Marshalltown Community College. Who knows, right?
Yeah, and it's always a tricky situation. I think they have in their, like the actual NBA, I think they have like a whole organization that looks for flops, and they find players by if they flop or not. But I don't know, it made it look like a flop. I don't think it looked like a flop. I think she put her shoulder down to try to open up, and she just was in the right place at the right time and got the call. So I think that was a good call by the referees. They've been pretty good this game. I haven't seen anything too bad that I disagree with. So
Same here. I'm in the same boat. How do you feel about us having a crowd at home finally for a game? What do you think that does for Iowa Central Tritons?
I think it's a huge boost. Your home court advantage is going to be a real boost to your team. And now just starting in the winter, I like to see what they do continuing in the winter and what they're going to do in the spring, because the springtime is going to be crazy. And I think soccer is going to start back up. I know football is going to be in the springtime. They moved their schedule back.
How odd is that?
Yeah, it's crazy. COVID, huh? So I think possession is going to be in the Marshalltown Bears after that charge call.
And pushing up the court, that is Carla Dorta Perez. She'll get a play called. Not a lot of action from. Find 33. It's Nuria Castillo. Now, is that a foul call?
Looks like a blocking foul.
Gotcha. So the Bears will retain possession.
So I see what they're doing. The Bears are picking everybody down low, and they're trying to open up a free space right below the basket.
31 in the corner. Pushes it down to Charisma Wright, who hasn't got a lot going for her in this matchup so far. And the ball is saved. What an effort play from Galloway. Galloway will push it around, and she'll finally get to the other end of the court where Navia has the ball at the top end of the key. She'll do a little drive. Telling Jordan to, get open. Another push. A lot of of the pushes and then the kicks out. Oh, there's a nice contested layup from Isabel West.
Yeah, you got to move your people around. You got to tell them, hey, I'm in the spot. You got to move a little bit for me, and that opens up to finding the right person to get the bucket.
Something that surprises me with 6 minutes into this period so far is the Iowa Central Tritons, despite having their best lead of the night, do not have any assists so far.
Yeah, it's been mostly just drive, by themselves. I mean, it's mostly been the Nevaeh steals and the scores. So
where the drive and the kick, where you think you'd get a spot-up shot going for them right away, but they kind of are continuing with the drive after they kick it out to their teammates.
So I think maybe that's their change for their offensive mindsets, maybe getting the assists a little bit more, passing the ball around, moving it around, find the open space.
Possibly. Right now it's 51-42. Tritons on top. And we got, is that Dorta Perez at the top of the key, and she'll drive. Close to a double team. What's the call?
Called on Isabel West, her third, 14 foul.
Everybody's lining up for it to be a shooting foul, so she looks like she'll get a couple free throws.
Got a sub, got Autumn coming in, along with Sharon Titus. Some of our length coming out when it comes to Isabel West. Mind games. You hear the band?
I didn't hear what they were chanting, but all of them at the same time, it messed me up.
put you in a trance.
But in all honesty, I don't think I'd be able to shoot a free throw with the whole gym silent either. So.
All right, Carly West with the defensive rebound. She'll push. And a drive, it's no good. So we got Dorta Perez. And she'll look and she'll find Heaney. Nothing so far, so she'll kick it out to her teammates. Nuria drives, and then we got a little bit of action.
Looks like a charge call going in Triton's way.
That's Autumn's second charge call going for her.
Either that or I think it was an illegal screen. Could have been one of the two, but still, anyway, Triton's ball.
Medea pushes the court. Finds not a lot, but picks are being sent. Got a size matchup. There's Galloway, throws it up, no good. So ball will be pushed, and that was near a block. I don't think that would be counted as a block as it barely left her fingertips. And that was a nice assist for 3. I don't know if you caught it, but
it was Blakey's first shot or first attempt of the night, and she hit it.
Well, good. Nuria Castillo, she looked away when she passed it. She was looking at, I believe that was Castillo when she had her eyes on her, and then the other way. The three-point basket is good for Sharon Titus. That's her second field goal, second three-pointer of the night. She is a shooter as well. Got our threes flying.
I think the score is now 54-45. We got the two numbers flipped.
Gotcha. Now
go on.
Well, I was just going to say, we haven't had a double-point lead between any of the teams so far. Do you think that'll be coming up soon?
Yeah, I think the Tritons just need to keep attacking, keep the pace, keep their pace going, and they're going to just keep building up the lead. Nothing to me seems like the Marshalltown Bears are going to go on a run here. I think the Iowa Central is playing tight defense. They're not giving up a lot of open looks. So,
well, we know where the run would start. It started Zaragoza, if it can go anywhere. But she hasn't been subbed in recently, so we've let Isabel West rest, who is arguably our best defender, if not Galloway.
And it looks like Zaragoza is just coming into the game.
And we'll put Navia Galloway on her. Here's Dorta Perez. We're playing super tight defense with Sharon Titus. She waited until the 2 minutes left in the clock, or what's going on here?
And it looks like it's man-to-man defense again with just a little help down low from Autumn.
You can tell the Bears are getting a lot more physical when it comes to on the perimeter side of things. So we got a tip ball, but it'll retain to Marshalltown.
I just think the Marshalltown's got to do a little bit more punt fakes because the Tritons are getting a little bit happy feet when they're in the passing lane. So if you do one of those pump fakes, you got somebody jumping.
They want to pad those stats, baby. We got so many defensive stats so far. Carly West on the defense. Navia Galloway gets her rebound over Zaragoza.
Hey, I'm all for Navia Moster to get some more steals. Maybe we'll rack that steal count up.
Oh, sure.
I think it's at 5 right now.
And there's a shot from Galloway, and now Zaragoza gets the rebound over Galloway.
Zaragoza's open down low.
And she's double-teamed, and a steal looks to come, but nothing. Let's see what's called.
They got tied up down low, so I think it's going to be a jump ball. Wonder whose possession it's going to be. Looks like Marshalltown Bears.
Dorta Perez with the ball. She's going to work her way back to the top of the key. Now that's something. She's playing very conservative with the ball, and she's just waiting for an opening to happen. There's that opening, and there's that three-pointer. That'll go for Nuria Castillo for 3. The threes are flying this quarter. 54-48 so far. With a minute and just 3 seconds left to go.
Looks
like a travel.
Ball's going the other way. Yeah, it's going to be all the points for Marshalltown's coming from 4 people. It's going to be Zaragoza Castillo, number 33, who just hit that last one. Dorta Perez, she's taking it up right now, and then it's going to be from Rodriguez Sanchez as well. It looks like I think all 4 of them are out in the court right now.
Dorta Perez with the ball. She's doing a really good job for being the point guard right now. Find a lot of openings, including Zaragoza. No good. Autumn Dykstra with the rebound.
Fast pace on the way up.
Jordan Angbritt with a nice inside pass. Wasn't a bounce. And Galloway for three. She'll test her luck. No good. Carly West with the rebound. Carly will drive, and out of bounds is called, I think. Was it a foul?
Looks like a blocking foul.
Oh.
I think she just got bumped a little bit as she was trying to run underneath the basket.
Yeah, that's a little lucky. That looked like it could have been out of bounds there.
I think that was Castillo's effort. It was trying to push her out of bounds without having to shove her too much.
Sure. Just Angbritt drives, kicks it out. Galloway. Now we got Carly West. No one really wants the ball right now. There's a lot of ball movement, and there's a tip. There's a steal for the Marshalltown Bears. And now his play is being called. 10 seconds left on the third period clock. As a drive will find a wide open Carolina Rodriguez Sanchez. And here comes a push, a half-court heave. Almost good for Navia Moschetter, but no good so far. And that was a nice assist from the point guard, Dorta Perez, finding Carolina Rodriguez Sanchez. They got a really good connection.
Yeah, I think it was more of the Tritons defense just having the happy feet and going, for that double team, and she found just her sitting wide open right outside the wing, and she just drove up for the easy layup.
Sure.
So hey, we got a little spring of life in Marshalltown.
Sure, it's 54 to 50 right now when we're heading into the final quarter to play.
They're pushing for it to be a good game.
Yep.
So I think the biggest key for this next quarter is just to keep that defense, keep having them turn over the ball for the Tritons.
Now you had what Marshalltown had in the previous game. Can you read off the stat you had for the scoring? Was it 38?
So it was 38 to 96. So they took a really bad beating their last game, and they've done almost twice as well from last game. But they just need to keep that pace going.
It was Iowa Western, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Iowa Western always got a great basketball team.
I think they're 7-1 this year. I think they're number one, or they're at the top of their standings right now.
Yep, and last year they went 16-0.
Jeez.
Just something.
That's a record. You like to see that. But yeah, it's a good matchup for Marshalltown just to bounce back after that last game and see if they can jump on the right track. But with Nevaeh, number 2, not letting with the ball down the court with the 5 steals, I think they're going to be doing a good job.
Gotcha. What's your takeaway for this fourth quarter? How's Marshalltown going to come back, or how is Iowa Central going to keep their lead?
Marshalltown's just got to keep trying to find the open person. They've been finding it late the third quarter, so they just need to keep finding the open person and sinking their shots.
Navia in the corner for 3. Gets it to fall.
And then with the Tritons, just finding those open shots as well and spreading out the defense. I would say feed it down to Isabella and Nevaeh Galloway, but they're doing a good job all around. So
here comes a 3-pointer for Marshalltown's end as well.
Heaney
Blakey. That's her second field goal of the night?
Yep. 2 threes for her today.
That reminds me a lot of Sharon Titus, who's on the bench right now, but she's got the same stats as her. 57-53. Tritons is about to lose the ball there, but Autumn Dykstra's got the quick awareness to get it right back. There's Navia. They're going to call the travel. It looked like it could have been just a little jab step, but I think, that happy feet you were talking about.
Yeah, again, it's just it happens in the NBA. It happens at every level. It's just something you just want to drive to the basket right away. Get a little carried away.
Zaragoza top the key. What will she do with the rock? She'll pass it out to 33. No good, but an offensive rebound will go to Carla Dorta Perez.
So it looks like the Tritons are keeping 3 girls down in the paint right now, so they're not letting Marshalltown drive to the hoop, so they're going to have to sink their open shots.
Zaragoza with a near block against herself and a push, so it'll be the Bears' possession. I don't know if you noticed that, but I think there's a little bit of miscommunication and trust going on within the Bears' teammates, because Carla Dorta Perez was looking out at number 23 being Carolina. And there was a play that she wanted or something, and I saw that Dorta was shaking her head saying, no. And then that's what led to the Zaragoza, contested shot. Nothing going for them. Heaney for 3. Nope, but an offensive rebound for Zaragoza.
It's going to be tied up again.
Falls on Carly West, her first, second team ball quarter.
Or it's going to be another foul call on somebody. Couldn't pick it up from the announcer. But it's going to stay Bears ball. Feeding it down low.
Yup, and great defense, and it looks like it'll be a steal and a push.
Ooh.
Oh, starting to get aggressive. Uh-oh, it's Autumn. She gets up a little shook, but she's tough.
Looks like she'll take a little break on the bench. But hey, it was good hustle, good effort by Autumn.
She's the one that got the ball to be in our possession, so good stuff.
Good hustle. So I think the Tritons just need to keep spreading out the floor and just finding an open person and keep stacking up that lead, get that insurance back again.
Yep.
Because they had, I think it was almost a 9 or 11-point lead. It was like 45-54. It was a 9-point lead, and now it's back within 4.
Carly West, who inbounded the ball, will get it back, and she'll find Isabel West. That's her choice. As Isabel drives, and she gets the basket to go. That's an easy layup for her.
Fast pace back down from the Bears.
That's Isabel West, 6 points so far. She's got as many points as she does as rebounds in this matchup. Dorothy Perez with the drive, no good. She couldn't find her teammate right behind her open. Now Jordan Engret with the drive, fast break points, no good. Those are the points that the Tritons need to capitalize on. They play great defense and they drive and they just give it up.
Exactly.
Shoot. Dorothy Perez gets caught in transition from Jordan Engret. Heaney, 4-3. Rolls around, no good, but the ref had a call.
It seems like Heaney Blakey just is a three-point shooter on the team. She's taken 4 shots this game, and they're all been behind the arc. She's sunk 2 of them, so she's 2 for 4 right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's just trying to claw back at that lead.
Carly West pushed it up the court, topped the key. Oh, I thought she was going to pull up from right there. She about lost it, but no. They fumbled it a little bit, but it was still good. Nice to, I don't know what you can call that with their hands.
You got it back and you got the roll. That's what I'd say. Got the roll off the rim for her.
Dorta Perez in the corner, gets a little screen for herself, she looks to try to find Zaragoza. She eventually does. And then
wide open.
Be a push out to 33. 33, no good.
See, those are the shots you need to hit to claw back at this lead. That was a wide open, that was a good shot to take. It just couldn't fall. Speaking of shots falling, Carly West.
Yep.
Spot up jumper, the lead is back to 10.
Timeout, Marshalltown.
Timeout's going to be by Marshalltown.
All righty, 63-53. First double-digit deficit so far for a lead.
I think they clawed their way back to the 10-point lead, and I think they just need to keep. From now on, for the rest of the game, they got 6 minutes left. It's just play good defense.
Yeah.
They can still score points, but I think locking down in that defense and making those turnovers is just what's going to seal the victory for the Tritons.
The Tritons have showed they can play phenomenal defense. The best defense in the conference, I would even personally
for sure.
say.
Especially with Galloway being the leader in blocks, and then the stats are going to pad for Mosher having the 5 steals.
And let me just say, maybe part of it is just after they get the block or the steal, which is common, maybe just milk the clock a little bit. There hasn't been very many possessions where they've just milked the clock, waited for it to get to the last second to shoot.
I think that's what they're going to start doing now after this timeout is what every possession they're going to get, they're going to milk the clock and let it run out a little bit more and more and more. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Marshalltown Bears can do on offense. They had some open shots, they just need to sink them. And it hasn't gone their way so far. But they're going to have to pick up the pace a little bit and find shots quicker and get these points back. Looks like it's going to be the Galloway-West duo going to be in for the last 6 minutes.
That's what you want, because that's almost a little too much for the Bears' best player in Zaragoza to go up against. I mean, if it was one-on-one, super interesting. I noticed in the second half it's been more of Galloway on Zaragoza, where in the first quarter it was Isabel West.
Now, I don't know if you noticed, but it's the Bears when they start driving in the lane, all the Tritons come crashing into the lane to try to contest it, and then they have the wide open people on the outside.
That was a risky pass, but got to Zaragoza. She'll find Perez. Perez stopped in her tracks. She got a lot of good ball movement so far, and a little fake on the screen. Floater alert. No good. Girls go for a rebound, but nothing, so it'll retain back to the Bears.
It's just those shots you need to sink. I can't express it enough. You take shots, they got to fall.
Dorta Perez start at the top of the key, going against a tough matchup in Galloway. Now that is intimidation.
Here's a little mismatch, yeah.
I would not be one to go up against that. Jeez. This has been a super sloppy possession when it comes to the Bears, but somehow they've been able just to stick with it, just keeping their head above water. What's been going on with that?
Well, they've been trying to feed it down to Zaragoza in the paint, and she just gets tied up from somebody else that comes and helps whoever's guarding Zaragoza, whether it be West or Galloway. So I think that one, it was Titus that came and tied up the ball for a jump ball, and it stops the pace and makes the Bears have to reset.
Here goes three-pointer from 33. That is 3 threes. As it goes, that is Maria Castillo.
13 points for Castillo on the night. Or on the afternoon, whatever you want to call it.
Autumn Dykstra in the corner. Oh, she thought about it. You could tell she thought about it, but nope, not so far. Isabel West down in the post now. And then she'll find her West duo. Nothing to go, but you can count that as a pass. A little Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers type pass. Finds it to Jordan Engbret, and she'll get it to go for the little... It wasn't really... I mean, a layup, I guess. She looked like it was a shot.
It had a really nice bounce right off the rim.
And that's just complete awareness from Jordan Engbret. That is her 4th rebound on the night as well. And she's super aware.
Yep. West just got the rebound from a Zaragoza missed three-point attempt.
Carly West, by the way, top the key. She'll do a little hesitation with
and this
the ball.
Is what we talked about, milking down the clock a little bit.
Yep. She gets to 10 seconds now. Isabel West. And she'll drive, the best driver on the team, I'd say.
I'd agree with you on that one, and she gets fouled on the way up. So she'll shoot 2.
Foul called. Now Autumn Dykstra just telling her to calm down, make sure she sinks these key free throws. Because you can be in a position where you're up by about 10 points like the girls are right now and just have terrible free throw shooting, and then your opposing team's right back in it.
Yep. Your free throws are just making it more possessions for the Bears to come back. So they're doing a good job. She just missed that last one.
And Isabel West, she has 7 on the night, which usually she's the leading scorer of the team. So that's interesting, I'd say. Heaney for 3, no good.
Her 5th attempt from 3.
Jordan Engbret gets her defensive rebound. Her 4th defensive, first off, and she has 1 offensive as well.
The 24 breaking the basket for the easy layup. Got 24. Carly West. It's a little interesting. Everybody's bunched up. That's what you don't want if you're a Bear right now.
Geez, Dorta Perez has a lot of no-look passes. She just did it again to Zaragoza. Not going to count it as an assist because it wasn't an instant shot. It was kind of a little dribbly shot. But
Zaragoza's able to do the turnaround jump shot, sink it. That's been one of what we thought was going to be a big thing to happen tonight, but it's only been a few times that's ever happened. It's usually been really good defense by Galloway or West.
Yep. Right now we got 3:14 left in the game clock with 68-58 being our score. Tritons are on top, and we got a little substitution. Jordan Engbrecht going out, and Navia Moster going in.
Yeah, that's where you're going to clutch down on your turnovers and your defense, try to force them to slip up, and that's where you milk that clock.
We got a full timeout.
What do you think the Bears are going to talk about in this timeout?
I mean, it's known that they've played super well against the Tritons so far. They just have to capitalize on those times where they try to score off of bad shots, really.
Yeah.
And, you know, they got a lot of shooters with Heaney. Zaragoza is a beast down low. And there's a few other girls that can shoot as well, you know, whether it comes to Carolina or it comes down to Carla Duerta Perez. I mean,
Castillo, yep.
Yeah.
I just think that the Bears have to just capitalize on the open shots that they get. They had a couple of them. They just haven't been able to sink them. So I think it's more of taking your time, but at the same time, you need to hurry up. You need to focus on that shot that you're shooting and having to make that go down. And that's like that first step of coming back to this league.
Sure.
So besides Nevaeh coming in, I don't think there's any substitutions for the Tritons.
Nope.
And then we got all of the scoring for the Bears on the court right now.
Duerta Perez finds Zaragoza. She's working out on the perimeter now.
I think she's trying to create an open look for one of the ball carriers. It's not going to work.
Got a muffle for the ball, or in a rugby term, a scrum.
A scrum? I like that word. That's a fun word. I don't hear that too often.
No.
But it looks like it was a reach-in foul on Galloway, so it's going to be Bears ball again.
Zaragoza looks. She's doing pass first so far. And a drive and a block. Get that out of here, says Isabel West. Second block of the night.
It was a good idea to block that ball and not cause too much bump so they wouldn't get the foul called.
Sure.
Zaragoza had an open look and just rolled off the rim the wrong way.
Carly West pushed up for the Tritons. As we just take under 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this matchup. Autumn Dykstra about loses the ball, but she stops, gives to Isabel West, finds Carly West, west to west. Carly was open, but decided not to pull. I like that. Milk a little more clock before you shoot it. Navia stuck, so Isabel West will pull from three. And it's good. She'll get her 10th point of the night. Finally,
cash money.
Last quarter to go, and it's a 13-point lead now for the Tritons. Biggest lead of the night, 71-58 with 2 minutes to go in this matchup.
That's cash money for West right there. Duerta Perez trying to find an open person, open look. Finds Zaragoza.
She pushed down. She'll get the two-pointer layup to go.
Little hezzy turnaround.
Carly West, she'll push to Navia.
Another travel.
Travel called. That's her third travel against her tonight in the exact same location. Jeez, the refs are getting tough when it comes to Navia and her travels.
I think it's because of all the steals she's got so far.
They're having her make up for all the steals she's got.
Yeah.
She does have a bunch of bunches, so she's got 5 steals on the night.
She's got a lot of steps on the day, and there was another one she was trying to get, too.
Falls on the way, makes her fourth 15 foul.
She just got a little too aggressive right there and bumped into number 12.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure she's getting a little frustrated. She hasn't got a steal in a while, and she's coming off of 2 turnovers when it comes to the traveling calls. So Heaney will shoot from the line.
I think the bonus is on for the Bears, so Heaney will shoot. He missed her first one.
Second one, good for Heaney. So now we got a full court press, nothing so far. Autumn Dykstra with a large carry over to the other half of the court. Isabel West, nice communication between the girls. Foul called.
I think Zaragoza's getting this foul.
Falls on Eva Zaragoza, her first, third team foul quarter.
So it's going to retain the Tritons' possession. I think that foul is just to slow up the pace because they came pretty fast over a half court.
Navia on the drive finds Isabel West. Now the clamp is starting down for the defense on the Marshalltown Bears. Wow.
The clamp's coming down, but they're getting a little too aggressive. They keep getting called for it.
A reach.
It's a 10-point lead, but I don't know if they're going to be trying to foul people for free throws. I think they're just trying to get the ball back as fast as they can.
Isabel West swerving around the cones. And a minute left in this matchup. 71-61 is your score so far. There's Navia at the top of the key.
Dorta Perez with the bump. He's going to get the call, and Navia's going to shoot two. So I think what the Bears have to reside on now is fouling all the Triton shooters to make them miss free throws, and then they try to score back.
Second one good.
So now at this point in the game, the Tritons just have to knock down their free throws.
That is Navia's 17th point of the night. She's second in Triton scoring and having a heck of a game today.
17 points is a really good stat to have.
Only behind Carly West.
The dominance down low.
Oh, yeah. I think because we've been doing so well with down low and, putting a mitt on Zaragoza, we've been able to work on the outside perimeter shots a lot more. And a steal, possibly. Carly West, nice. Navia Mocher goes on the fast break, does a little spin, throws it up. Ooh.
Spin cycle. Didn't get the bump, so it's going to go the other way for the Bears. But it's keeping that defensive pressure on.
Heaney with the drive. Gets a hand in her face. What do you call that? You call that a steal, I guess?
I'd call that a block. I think she's trying to throw the ball up, and then Nevaeh just had the palm on it and said, nope, I'll take this.
Either way, Galloway was the one that applied pressure. And the girls will win at home, making their record 4-4. And, the Bears, they're going down to, 1-7 now?
1-7, so.
And it was a really, really good matchup. Who'd you say your player of the game is?
Definitely Nevaeh Mosher for the Tritons, number 2. All that defensive pressure that she applied really helped the Tritons get to a nice lead.
And I'll tell you what, she came off the bench. She was someone that, had to fill in with Taylor McKinney being out at guard. And Taylor is huge in the offensive game. So she came out and she crushed. She was second in points, just behind Carly West. A super fun game to watch. Had a lot of really great shooting from Autumn Dykstra, Jordan Angra, and Sharon Titus from beyond the arc. 72-61 is your final score of the match.
And I'll just say my top 3 for Marshalltown players, I have the stats for them. Number 23, Carolina Rodriguez-Sanchez, scoring 16 points with 5 rebounds. Daria Castillo, with number 33, with about 13 points and 3 rebounds. And then Zaragoza in the bottom with 14 points and 1 rebound.
And I'll tell you what, in total, Navia had 5 steals. Carly West had a steal of her own as well, along with Isabel West, so 7 total steals. And then it came down to the block number where Navia Galloway had 3 blocks, and then Carly West had another block. That's 11 so far. And then Isabel West also had 2 blocks. That's 13 turnovers for the Bears in terms of what they did against them, and that is behind a lot of scoring.
So I think that'll pretty much do it for us. But hey, that was a good game by the Tritons.
Yeah.
They're going to bounce back. I don't really know off the top of my head who they're going to play next, but I know it's going to be a good matchup.
Oh, yeah, it'll be a tough one against Iowa Western, who is at the top of the conference.
Ooh. We're going to have to see if Isabella West can keep the rain coming.
Oh, yeah, 7-1 compared to a 1-7 on this team so far. But, yeah, it was super fun to watch, super fun to commentate. Thank you for joining us from all over the states, all over the world. Blake, I've had a lot of fun commentating with you again. I hope we can do it again.
It's been a lot of fun, Hank. Can't wait to be back out here again. So.
Yeah, once again, I'm Hank Ambrose, and I'm joined with
Blake Erickson.
And we are signing out.